Let me ask our controlman if we could show the picture of the Jewish Community Center in Squirrel Hill, and we'll set up for what's about to happen there. This is where we have families of the victims. There are survivors, those who were in the synagogue that day who escaped. They are going to share their reaction. This has been organized by the Jewish community as a location where the media could gather and hear from a wide variety of people. And we're seeing them gather there. I would just to underscore what Megan was saying, I've seen a fair bit of reaction today. Not so much, there are the pro and anti-death penalty forces weighing in, but then there's also seems to be a number of leaders who are essentially thanking the jury.
Right.
You know, it's sort of like a safe lane that people are thanking the jury for their 2 months of giving up their daily lives and their obvious attention and the seriousness with which they took this. I think that's a unanimous opinion.
And
that the jury did its duty.
Absolutely, right. And as they said,
Good afternoon.
Okay, let's listen in now on this press conference.
I am surrounded today on this stage by families and survivors of October 27th, 2018. About 5 years ago, many of us were right here in this room. This was the space where the families awaited news about their loved ones. Today marks the end of a very long chapter. I will be welcoming to this podium members of this group who wish to make a statement today. Before we begin, I would like to thank the media for sharing our voices with the public and their respect during this trial. After everyone is done speaking, we will be taking questions, and those who are willing to answer it can step forward. Thank you. Rabbi Myers.
Jewish tradition calls for us to begin with an appropriate blessing, which I discussed with the group before we entered. We're going to recite it first in Hebrew. I will then translate it for you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehecheyanu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. What we've just said is, praised are you, O God, sovereign of the universe, who's kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this day. It's been quite an ordeal. For me personally, the spirit of Rod Serling has lived in my house for 5 years. I look forward to being able to go home and Rod coming out of my closet and saying, Rabbi Myers, this extended play episode of The Twilight Zone is now concluded. You can get on with your life. Well, what does that mean? That's what keeps me awake at night these past months. Not today, really, but how do you heal afterwards? Because we've been stuck in neutral for 5 years. It's rather propitious that today is a special day in the Jewish calendar that most of you probably don't know about. It's the 15th day of the month of Av. Av is the Hebrew month. Why is it an important date? According to the Jewish calendar, and this goes back thousands of years, it's a day of love. I don't believe in coincidences. It was meant to be today. Why today? Because today we received an immense embrace from the halls of justice around all of us to say that our government does not condone anti-Semitism in its most vile form that we've witnessed, and that we are embraced by a system that has supported, nurtured us, and upheld us, and made the point very clear. We have the right to practice our Judaism, and no one will ever take that right away from us. So today, we're embraced by the love not only of the judicial system, but of all the helpers around the world who've reached out to all of us within seconds of the verdict to once again uplift us and hold us together. We're grateful for that continued ongoing support. We thank you for being here to tell our story. And may we all be able to gather together as we can once again find joyous moments in our life. Thank you for being here.
My name's Howard Feinberg, and our mom was Joyce Feinberg. I want to take the time to thank, well, long list of people, but most importantly, the jury, the court system, our local community here, our massive support structure and staff, and the police for taking care of us. And I especially want to thank the prosecution team for their steadfast focus on this capital crime as an anti-Semitic act, as a frontal assault on the constitutional freedom of religion and the freedom to be Jewish and practice Judaism in the United States. And for the final verdict in this case, I feel relief. And the jury sat through months of horror and delivered justice to my mom and everyone that was killed and everyone injured and everyone beyond. Thank you.
My name is Audrey Glickman. The only thing positive about the sentencing of a criminal is that this long slog is over. It's been difficult being silent about the case for all these years, as we were advised, listening to pundits debating each other without all the facts. Had we not had this trial, the deeds of this criminal would have been glossed over in the annals of history. We now know almost the full story. The purpose of the death penalty is not so much punishing as cutting off the person from society, eliminating the evil, taking away the risk, the potential for infection, and the possibility of further harm to the citizens. Even if he sits alive on death row for decades, he is separated from others. Had he been sentenced to life in prison, he would have lived comfortably in a room, all needs tended, a situation he has told examiners he enjoys. He would have been afforded an increasing ability to communicate and play with others, and a chance of working his way out of any high-security situation, even to being transferred to a less secure penitentiary. Moreover, the earning of reduced confinement would have had no relation to rehabilitation in any way. It is not predicated on his feeling remorse or his working on erasing his evil thoughts, which continue even after 5 years in the Butler County Prison. We don't send criminals to deserted islands to fend for themselves. We don't lobotomize them. We don't brainwash them out of deadly thoughts. The law says that we use the death penalty. There are those who seek to use our judicial system as a way to effectively erase laws that they don't like by creating precedent. That is inappropriate, especially in a criminal case. The murderer knew what the law was before he planned and executed his attack. When he liked a post on Gab that said, "Incinerate the Jews, #death penalty," he gave his tacit approval. My late friend and fellow survivor, Joe Charney, in 2018, a vital and vibrant individual, declined in health and died waiting for the trial to even start. He and I talked about this a lot. Justice is something we have to tend continually. Can we not argue that justice goes so much further than merely the disposition of the criminal? We have a lot of work to do going forward. This has been a step in the right direction. Thank you very much.
My name is Lee Stein. Daniel Stein was my father. And it has been almost 5 years since I last saw my dad, and he has been on my mind ever since. October 27th, 2018 changed my life in so many ways, and a piece of my heart will forever be gone. I am grateful for all of the wonderful memories and pictures that I have of my dad. I have shared and will continue to share photos and stories of my dad. Through the years since 10/27, I have witnessed family, friends, members of the community, and even complete strangers from around the world step up to help my family and I through this extremely trying time. We cannot thank you enough for your support, care, and concern over the years during the most unimaginable time in our lives. Finally, justice has been served, and even though nothing will bring my dad back, I feel like a weight has been lifted and I can breathe a sigh of relief. On behalf of my mother, Sharon, my brother, Joey, and myself, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to Judge Colville, the jury, our fantastic trial team, the police force, the 1027 Healing Partnership, and so many others for all of their hard work and for guiding us every step of the way. Our team has been unbelievable and has made this process bearable. May my father's light shine eternally and his memory, along with the 10 other victims, forever be a blessing. Thank you.
My name is Diane Rosenthal, and I'm here to share with you that we are overwhelmingly grateful for the verdict shared today. But unfortunately, neither verdict would have brought the boys back. The Rosenthal family would like to thank the jury for their thoughtful and careful deliberations. After reviewing all the evidence and days of testimonies, it's been over 2 months of long and difficult days away from their families and normal lives, and we are happy to now give that back to them.
Our greatest thank you goes to the prosecution, a team of individuals who worked tirelessly and meticulously to provide the jury with all the information in order to deliver a verdict most fitting for the defendant. The care with which you held the personal stories of our brothers' lives will forever give honor to their memories. Finally, thank you to the community, local restaurants and businesses, and the city of Pittsburgh for working with the 1027 Healing Partnership to make this trial process easier and more comfortable to the families of the victims, survivors, and first responders. Your help lightened the load. Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Dean Root. I'm among the witnesses and survivors. And it is my thought that this moment is a step along the healing process. It doesn't bring deep comfort, but we hope, I hope, that this brings a measure of peace, peace of mind, peace in the heart, and peace in the soul for all of the witnesses and survivors, the members of the families of the victims, all the responders who have helped along the way from the very first moment, those who have given us support and comfort over these many years, all of the members of the jury and of the trial teams who had to go through this with us, and all of you, the members of the community who've had to face this awfulness with courage and compassion. May you find peace as well. Thank you.
This is a statement from the Mallinger-Wedner family. We thank the jury for their hard work and determination while upholding the law. We know the evidence has not been easy to see or hear, and we will never be able to thank them enough for their poise and professionalism. Although we will never attain closure from the loss of our beloved Rose Mallinger, we now feel a measure of justice has been served. This sentence is a testament to our justice system and a message to all that this type of heinous act will not be tolerated. Returning a sentence of death is not a decision that comes easy, but we must hold accountable those who wish to commit such terrible acts of anti-Semitism, hate, and violence. We thank the prosecutors and their staff for all their hard work and preparation leading up to and during the trial. We are grateful to the court for their diligence and thoroughness. We also thank the courageous witnesses and family members, the members of local law enforcement and the FBI for their testimony and bravery, and the government experts who all contributed to justice being served. Lastly, to those who provided support during the duration of this trial, including local businesses who donated lunches, and the volunteers who delivered them, and people who sent snacks, children's letters, and artwork. We truly felt the love and support of the community. Words cannot describe how much it means to us. To all the advocates, clergy, community leaders, and leaders of all three congregations, thank you for the long hours and days you have put into supporting us during this difficult time. We especially want to thank the 1027 Healing Partnership for going above and beyond in providing support. We can never thank you enough for all that you have done for us over the last 4+ years. May we always remember those who were taken too soon. Joyce Feinberg, Richard Gottfried, Jerry Rabinowitz, Cecil and David Rosenthal, Daniel Stein, Bernice and Sylvan Simon, Irving Younger, Mel Wax, and Rose Mallinger. May their memories be for a blessing. Thank you.
My name is Carol Black. I'm the sister of Richard Gottfried. So much of what I was planning to say to you today has already been said by the other people who spoke before me. As far as this ordeal that we've been through, when a horrendous crime is committed, it deserves the most severe penalty. And the current state of the law in the United States calls for the penalty that was decided upon by the jury who worked tirelessly throughout this entire trial. They gave up their lives to be diligent and do what needed to be done. There are so many people to be thanked, all of the people who have already been thanked, and I echo all of that. And I just want to acknowledge the prosecution, the jury, the judge, the court, the volunteers, the advocates, the 1027 Healing Partnership, and the community who have been behind us for 5 years. So thank you.
My name is Debbie Salvin. I am Rich Gottfried's twin sister. It's been a long road, but I would like to thank the jury for giving up 2 months of their lives to work tirelessly to reach a verdict. I would also like to thank the prosecution team who left no stone unturned when prosecuting the killer. And I would like to thank the 1027 Healing Partnership for their love and support and their attention to detail when caring for us, making sure that all of our needs as much as possible were met. Thank you.
And I'm Don Salvin, Rich Gottfried's brother-in-law. The events of the last 4.5 years are terribly tragic for all concerned. The magnitude of the pain and loss is incomprehensible. I hope that future events such as this can be avoided through monitoring of individuals in crisis and intervening in time to avoid future tragedies. Today's verdict will not bring back our loved ones or return the survivors to their former health. Thank you.
I'm Rabbi Doris, Diane. I'm one of the survivor witnesses of that day, outside the building, hearing our dear friend Jerry Rabinowitz die within our hearing. These last 4.5 years have been extremely difficult for our family, for all the families who lost loved ones, for all the families who have who were afraid and thinking it might have been them, because I know there are many in the community who have felt that way as well. And this morning, when we heard the verdict, the thought that came to my mind was the phrase, Baruch Dayan Emet, blessed is the judge of truth, or blessed is the true judge. And I was really hearing, as though it were a voice from a different plane. This is the sentence that we say at a funeral, and yet we were not at a funeral this morning, but we had to, the community, our society had to commit the life of another human being to death because of what that person did to others' lives. And I have found myself feeling relieved, very relieved, and sad that this was what needed to happen. And yet, there can be situations where someone forfeits the right to live in society because they didn't respect life themselves. Throughout these 5 years, the Pittsburgh community, and in fact our communities all over the world, have been so supportive of our small group here that were experiencing the events of that day firsthand. But we've had such support from the local community, from people of all faiths, not just the Jewish faith, and from all of the parts of the community that could support us. The police, as you were hearing, the police, the 1027 Healing Partnership, so many others. The jury, as you've heard, I feel the same way, have gone through hell, watching and listening very difficult statements and evidence, and having to digest them, work with them, come to some conclusion that would make some sense in this totally nonsensical event that we had to go through 5 years ago, and yet here we are today. So another ancient Jewish statement says, puts the weight of the world on 3 things: truth, justice, and peace. And the way the saying goes is, if truth is revealed and justice is served, only then can peace finally ensue. And that's what we hope comes out of this, that this not be the end, but the beginning of a path towards peace. Thank you.
My name is Martin Gaynor. I'm a survivor of the hate-fueled murderous attack on the synagogue here on October 27th, 2018. I thank God I survived, and I'm alive, and I'm here to see this day. I want to thank the prosecution team, the jurors, Judge Colville, and all of our very good neighbors, our good neighbors, as we like to say here in Pittsburgh, our good neighbors on our block, and our greater neighborhood, and our city, and our country, and the entire world, that have showed us such love and support. In spite of what happened on October 27th, 2018, and even while this trial has been going on, anti-Semitism is rising, including the spread and promotion of hate on social media, in public, and by celebrities and politicians. I, all of the survivors and all of the family members of the victims of the hate-filled, cruel attack on 10/27/18 know where this leads. Tolerating, or even worse, promoting anti-Semitism leads down a dark path that descends into hate, violence, and destruction. This is not only bad for Jews, it's bad for our entire country. If we permit hate to enter our hearts, we ourselves are diminished. If we allow ourselves to succumb to fear, resentment, and hate, then we are divided, not united. If we are seduced by false narratives into blaming others for our troubles, then we will never address the true cause of those problems, and we will never solve them. This trial is important in enforcing the law of the land. It is also important in sending a signal in the strongest possible terms that anti-Semitism and hate have no place in our hearts, no place in our communities, no place in our country, and will not be tolerated. Thank you.